Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Brad Lone Wolf, and first of all let me apologise for the slightly shaky nature of this video, and it will be the same for the rest of this video as well. It's currently just before 5:30 in the morning on Wednesday the 17th of May, and you might be asking, why the hell am I up this early? Well, quite simple. I'm going on an epic journey today. So I'm going from my local railway station where I'm currently sat, waiting for the first train. I'm going to be doing an epic loop from my local train station all the way up over the Settle Carlisle Railway to Carlisle, across to Newcastle, and then back down. It's going to be a long journey. It's going to be an all-day journey, and hopefully it should be fun. But we'll see. I'll go into a little bit more detail a little bit later on as to why I'm doing it. So for now, just enjoy the clips coming up.
So why did I want to do this journey? Now, this journey I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, actually, and in the end I thought, well, why not do it now? I've got the time, why not do it? So I put together a plan, and yeah, I went off and did it. And although I did regret it at first, I thought I could have spent the money elsewhere on better things. I think in the end this was worth it, and I hope you agree with the rest of this video that it was indeed worth it. It was a long day. It was just over 19 hours journey time between leaving and getting back, and yeah, some of the sights that we saw were, well, they were just spectacular. So, like I say, I hope you agree that this was worth it in the end.
Okay, I'm now on the train to Peterborough.
Welcome to this service for Peterborough. The next stop will be Bury St Edmunds.
So as you just heard, I'm actually on the train to Peterborough now, which is the first part of this journey. It'll be to Leeds, and then it'll be to Settle, over the Settle and Carlisle, to Carlisle, Newcastle, and then back down. Yeah, so it should be a good day, an interesting journey. So, and as I say, I'll keep you updated as we go along.
The Fenlands, where we are now, has always been, for nearly 2,000 years, an important area within the UK. It's very flat, but it's also very, very fertile. There are a lot of farms in this area, but also because it's flat, it has always been prone to flooding. So there are a series of dikes that we have to cross, and a series of rivers as well. Now, a lot of people would say, what's interesting about flat lands? And I can kind of see their point, but also think that flat lands kind of have an interest and a beauty all of their own, particularly some of the legends that come out of the Fenlands, which I'm not going to go into here. This was quite a slow part of the journey, and it took a fair old while to actually get to Peterborough, but I eventually did get there.
So just arrived in Peterborough, and this is the first of Peterborough, Leeds, Carlisle, Newcastle. Peterborough, Leeds, Carlisle, Newcastle, Peterborough. First of 5 major changes that I'm going to be making today. So it's about a 40-minute wait here to get the train from Peterborough to Leeds, and yeah, so that's the update for now. Yeah, currently sat in Peterborough, got to wait about 40 minutes and then I'm on the train to Leeds.
Having reached Leeds, I was then faced with the prospect of a 2-hour wait. So I had some lunch and waited around.
2 hours later.
This part of the UK has always been special to me. It's an area that I've been climbing in, an area I've been walking in, and really it's just been a lot of happy memories here and around, in and around this part of the UK. And this really was not just a trip over one of the most famous railways in not just Europe but possibly the world, and one of the most scenic railways in the UK. It's actually a trip back in time for me as well. Just remembering all the things that I've done in my life over in this part of the world. Let's shortly come to an area that I went. Not only did I go climbing and walking, I actually went to university in the area around one of the stations that we will soon pass, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get to that station. But for now, just enjoy the sights and sit back and relax.
This is Cecil.
here we've reached Ribblehead Viaduct, which is the jewel in the crown of the Settlement Carlisle Railway. Now this picture isn't very good, but I have got a better one coming up in a minute, which shows the full glory of the viaduct. And you might look at it and think, well, the right hand end looks higher than the left hand end, and that is actually true. It's 13 feet higher at the right hand end, which is the northern end, than the southern end. Now it's actually engineered and designed that way. The railway at this point, from Settle to this point, is actually on a rising gradient of 1 in 100, which means for every 100 feet you go along, you go up 1 foot. That's actually quite steep for a railway. Also in this area was the very first cave that I went caving in. I can't remember the name of the cave, but it was in this area, and when we came out of the cave I could see the viaduct. Now it's the first cave of exactly 3 that I've been in, and after the third one I decided that I really didn't like caving, and I've never been since. But as I say, the first experience I had of caving was in this area. So let's get back to the video and watch as I cross the viaduct.
the northern service to Carlisle. The next stop is Appleby.
This is Langwathby Station, and the road that we're about to cross and the road that I'm about to focus on is special for me, as it's a road that I regularly hoon along on my motorbike up into the Pennines and back again. And it's one of the spectacular roads that not a lot of people talk about. And if you have a motorbike, it's definitely one of those roads I would recommend you do.
To Carlisle. The next stop is Carlisle.
Carlisle Citadel Station. I've lost count of the amount of times I've stood on this platform, in this station, on this bridge. I used to go to university not far from here. It's 20 years later and nothing's changed. So here I'm travelling between Carlisle and Newcastle, and this is the border between England and Scotland, and the borderlands have been fought over for thousands of years. This is actually the area where Hadrian's Wall is, and it's less than a mile at points from the railway. So the history of this place really is quite extensive. I really should have called this journey the Roman Loop, as I started off in a Roman town. I've been through at least 2 Roman towns. I've gone to Carlisle and along Hadrian's Wall, which is the edge of the empire, the Roman Empire, and then back down again. This really has been a trip, not just only through my history, but through Roman history as well. Anyway, let's finish off the video.
And that's it. Now, just got back into the station that I started on at 5 o'clock this morning. It's now midnight, and yeah, I'm tired, but adventure has been completed. So there we go. I'll do a bit more in the morning when I'm a little bit more coherent. So I'll see you then. Bye for now.